Hello and welcome to another week of Neil Bakes. This week it's pastry week and we're going to be making a Bakewell Tart. Ooh. I haven't made a Bakewell Tart before, so this will be interesting. I know what one tastes like. I've got 2.5 hours for this. Ingredients: 200 grams of raspberries, 250 grams of jam sugar. Make sure it's jam sugar and not any other sugar for the pastry case. 225 grams of plain flour, 150 grams of chilled butter, 25 grams of icing sugar, 1 egg, and 2 tablespoons of cold water. Okay, so we've got 2.5 hours for this. Set my timer. There we go. On your marks, get set, bake! So I've put the raspberries and the sugar in the pan. Just melt the sugar on a low heat until it all dissolves and then boil it. Oh, look at that lovely boiling jam. Smells amazing. So that's done. That's boiled for 4 minutes. Just going to put it in a baking tray and then leave it to chill. Okay, so that's the jam in the tray. I'm just going to leave that to cool and then I'll chill it in the fridge. And it's time to make the pastry. Add the butter to the flour. Rub in the butter until it makes breadcrumbs. I can't do this one-handed. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. So I've never done this before. It feels very nice in the hands though. It's going to take a long time. Oh my god, my hands are hurting already. I can see why this takes 2.5 hours now. It's taking forever. Okay, so that took about 10 minutes and it's now in fine breadcrumbs. Stir in the icing sugar with my bake-off spatula. Add the egg and the water and then mix it up until it forms a soft dough. So the egg, get a bit of shell out, lovely, add the water in and give it a good old stir. This is such hard work. Ah, my arms! Ah! There we go. One dough. So the recipe just says to put it into a tin, but on the show, Jane, who won the task, she chilled it in the fridge for about 5 or 10 minutes, so I might do that. There you go. So this goes in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so dough has chilled. Roll it out and stick it in my tin. Give it a roll. Place it on top. There you go. I need to press the edges in. Push it in to the edges as far as it'll go. Okay, so pastry's in the tin and now it's going to go into the fridge to chill for about half an hour. Pastry is chilled in the fridge for half an hour. It's coming out. I've set my oven to 180 fan and now we're going to blind bake this. I don't really know what blind bake means. You just put it in and then leave it, or don't look at it. I know it uses these beans. I'll get some greaseproof paper. Or does it mean you're baking it without anything in it? I don't really know, but it uses these beans. Just chuck them in apparently. I'm going to blind bake this for 15 minutes and then bake it without the beads for another 5 minutes. So it's going in. We'll set our timer for 15 minutes. While that's baking for 15, we'll make the frangipane. Okay, so for the frangipane filling, we've got 150 grams of softened butter, 150 grams of ground almonds, 150 grams of caster sugar, an egg, a teaspoon of almond extract. Butter in the bowl and the sugar in. Cream all that together. Okay, let's go. That'll do. Add the ground almonds, beaten egg and almond extract and mix together. The almonds in, beat this egg up, eggs going in, teaspoon of almond extract. Oh my days, that smells amazing already. The almond extract smells amazing. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, I've just taken it out of the oven, it's been in 15 minutes. I'm going to take these beads out, put it back in for 5 more minutes, and then we're going to fill it up. Hopefully I won't have a soggy bottom. Now what do I do with the beads now? I'll just leave them to cool. Pastry's been in for 20 minutes. Why has it got some... Oh, I probably should have pricked it. Prick your pastry or you're just going to get air bubbles in it. Okay, so we'll just leave that to cool for a few minutes, and then we'll put some jam in and the frangipane in. 4 tablespoons of jam onto the base. So jam is in the middle, and now I've just got frangipane to put on. The recipe says to spoon this into there, but on the show everyone piped it, so I'm going to pipe it. I haven't got any popper piping bags, so I'm just going to use a freezer bag, cut the corner off. Put it all down to the bottom. Last thing, just need to trim the sides off, make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, edges trimmed, and this is going into the oven. I've turned it down to 160 fan, and it's going to go in for about 25 to 30 minutes. See you on the other side. Set my timer. Now it's time to make the icing. Yay! Icing sugar. 300 grams of icing sugar, which I'm going to sift. Teaspoon of almond essence. 3 tablespoons of water. Pink lines on top, some pink food colouring. Sift the icing sugar. God, there's so much sugar dust everywhere. It's the master way of doing it. Sugar dust everywhere. Okay. Add the water, a teaspoon of almond extract. This smells amazing, by the way. There we go. Right. How much do we need? Take 3 tablespoons. And put some pink food colouring in. I don't want too much, just a few drops I guess, and we'll see what it looks like. Now we wait for it to bake. Okay, so it's just come out of the oven. It's been in for about 35 minutes. I've put a skewer in it and it's come out clean, so I'm just going to leave this to cool for a bit. I have about 6 minutes left. I'm not going to be able to cool this and ice this in 6 minutes. I'm just going to leave it because I don't want it to be too hot when I put the icing on it. It just melts everywhere. There's quite a lot of liquid everywhere, so I don't really know where that's from. Hopefully it's fine. Time to fan. Also, I think there's too much butter in the mixture because there's a lot of butter underneath it. Oh, doesn't look too bad. I'm just hoping all this butter hasn't made me a soggy bottom. Right, we'll leave that to cool. Right, so tart has cooled and now it's time to ice it. Spoon this on and smooth it off, and then put your pink icing on. I don't want it to pull up the top of the almond. Okay, the white icing is on. It's time to pipe the pink one on top. Okay, so I forgot to show it when it was full, but here we are. I've done some feathered icing, so I'll put the white icing on and then put my pink lines across, and then just use a cocktail stick and dragged it through the lines to make the nice feathered effect. It looks pretty good to me. Pretty simple but pretty effective. Good layers there, although my pastry is a bit thick. Good base, good colour, no soggy bottom, even though I did have to bake it for like twice the amount because it's quite thick, but good layers. Pastry, jam, frangipan, icing. Okay, so comparison. Mr. Kipling's is the one on the right, mine's on the left. I do have feathering. Managed to do the feathering. We've got good layers, although my pastry is quite thick. I did have to cook it for a bit longer, just to make sure it was cooked all the way through. But a good layer of jam, frangipan and icing on the top. Okay, let's have a taste. That is delicious. Nice pastry, jam's really nice and tart. In the tart. Frangipan, very almondy, icing, nice, sugary. Well, even though I did have to bake it for a bit longer, it looks alright. Managed to do the feathering. Think I nailed it. Next week it's Botanical Week, so they're doing like flowers and herbs and stuff. It's a bit strange. It's a new week for them, and I think I'm making some sort of bread. I'm not too sure. But anyway, that's next week. Until then, bye bye. Oh my god, how can I not open this? Oh, why is this so tough to open? Oh, I'm not that weak, honest.